I am chairing the board of Civicus since 2 years ago. I have been a board member for 5 or 6 years and a member of Civicus since the very beginning. So Civicus in my life, it's a sort of addiction already. I am very pleased to be here today with partners from all over the world, with the dedicated staff of Civicus, with South African partners, with our defenders of civil society from attending the workshop of the early warning system of the Civil Society Watch, with the leaders from so many countries participating in the AGNA workshop and general meeting, the National Associations of NGOs. And I have the honor to open or to communicate to all of you a very important campaign that Civicus is participating in. It's the Humanizing Development campaign, which was started by the UNDP but has nowadays partners all over the world. It's a global photography campaign, and it has the goal is to show how people are fighting against poverty, against social exclusion, and against marginalization. Sometimes development is portrayed as with very sad images, or development is portrayed as richness, as fancy buildings, and that is not the view of development that Civicus has. The view of development of Civicus is shown in these pictures, and you see which is the common thing in all these pictures. It's people. It's people fighting for their own rights. It's people fighting against poverty. It's people defending their own spaces. It's human development. The Human Development Report, it's going to turn 20 years next year. And I still remember when I read, and I have not reached the age when I forget things so easily. So I still remember when I read the Human Development Reports for the first time 20 years ago. It was really a milestone. And I think it came in a moment, it couldn't have appeared earlier than that, because the democratization processes around the world were in a very important moment. And that moment, the wall had fallen just the year before. Many processes in Latin America were going back to the democratic path. We had military dictatorships in Latin America for the 70s and in the 80s, but the 90s was a decade of hope. And the concept of human development was strengthened at that moment. And as Amartya Sen said, it's the richness of people and the richness of life. It's not economic. It's many other things that we can see in these pictures. Empowerment, participation, freedom, peace. And today is the World Day of Peace, as Ingrid said. In this campaign, Civicus has conveyed partners and members, and we have received, where is Sandra? How many pictures, Sandra? 300?
Over 300.
300 pictures, but the campaign has already received 60,000 pictures. Yes. So fortunately, I'm not going to be part of the jury to select the 50 best pictures of these 60,000, but I can imagine it's a wonderful array of expressions for how people are really fighting for their rights and the real expression of human development. So I also want to tell all of you who haven't sent pictures to do it. It's still time?
We're still in time. The 1st of October is when the contest ends. So we're still welcoming photos.